Hey guys, I saw a disturbing post on Facebook this week. My friend Josh Hamburger has his bike for sale, and I just wanted to talk about this for a minute. So the last summer I started going to DuQuoin to ride road bikes with the St. Nick's crew. They have a road bike ride. It was on Tuesday night, and I had a blast. And one of the reasons I had such a good time is because there was a guy named Josh Hamburger there. There's a bunch of cool riders there, but one of the things about Josh is that, you know, he's kind of leader of the ride. He's a young guy. He's only like 20-something. He's kind of leader of the ride, and he also, I was really surprised because he went out of his way to make sure that, you know, he thought I was enjoying the ride and having a good time. One of the rides, I was feeling really bad. I was hurting, and he gave me a gel. He's just a really cool guy, a really strong rider. And I saw, you know, he had his bike for sale, his bike and his Wahoo, his trainer. I was like, what the heck, Josh? I mean, he was a hardcore rider. And so texted him, messaged him on Facebook, and found out he was just kind of getting bored with it and wanting to try something else. And you know what? If you ride your bike enough, it's inevitable. You're probably going to get bored with it. You're going to want to try something else. And so, you know, he was thinking about maybe buying a mountain bike, maybe buying a gravel bike, maybe getting into CrossFit. I don't know. Anyway, so I wanted to kind of throw this video together really quick just because my advice is, and I've been riding bikes now for a long time, I always used to, you know, basically have one bike, maybe two, and I would sell as soon as, you know, like, you know, I'd get an idea I either need to upgrade or I would get really sick of riding. I'd want to sell my bike, get something else. Every time I ever sold a bike, I regretted it. You know, I always wanted that bike back. I always wish later I hadn't sold it. If you sell a bike because you need to, you know, get a better bike, okay, sometimes that happens. Sometimes you just have too many, but you know, the odds are pretty good you're probably going to want to ride a bike again, and maybe you'll want to get the hottest, newest, whatever, but you know, it's also pretty likely you might be wishing you had your bike you had back. So some tips and hints, I guess. You know, first off, while I feel like road biking is kind of my key, my bread and butter, you know, I love my mountain bikes. I love gravel biking. To me, we don't have great mountain bike trails that are good all year round that you can go have great rides on all the time. So mountain biking is like kind of secondary to me. Gravel riding is kind of the new kid on the block, and I told Josh, I was like, you know, keep your road bike and get a gravel bike. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be racy. It doesn't have to be ultra lightweight. Just get another bike. But mix it up a little bit, and there's nothing wrong with just taking time off. I mean, I pretty much quit riding every August. I get burned out on it. It gets too hot. I go back to school, go back to work, and I just don't have time in August. I quit riding, and I really, all of a sudden, after August, September, and kind of like October, you know, usually kind of late October, getting into November, all of a sudden I find myself desperate to ride my bike. You know, that time off just like sort of like recharges me. And then I find myself on the trainer actually training, kind of starting to pay attention again to, you know, numbers and FTP and you know, like intervals and all that crap that, you know, I don't really care about in summer. And, you know, it drives me forward. So there's nothing wrong with taking some time off. It's a good thing. Everybody should. Taking time off doesn't mean you're going to stop riding. So point of the video, you know, is just before you do any harsh things, whoever you are, Josh or anyone else, you know, think about it. Do you really need to get rid of your bike? Okay. Anyway, see you later.